Literally just never say the word algorithm ever again. That's what people on YouTube and on Instagram and TikTok say. And it'll just start to confuse you. Forget the algorithm and just change the word to the viewers, the audience. The algorithm sounds like this weird, mysterious thing that you have to start fucking double-handed guac 3000 to try and appease it to share out your videos. But really, it's just people who watch your videos. So forget this vague term, algorithm. Think, we want to get more views, we want to get more sales. We just need viewers to like us. Here's the most important part though, here's a new lesson for you. What is a viewer? They're not just viewers watching us for entertainment. They are students watching us for education. So the algorithm is just viewers, and viewers are students. Once you understand this, YouTube becomes so easy. We're just making our videos for students. We're not making it for the algorithm. We're not making it for the masses who just want some entertainment content. They want some brain rot. They want some internet drama, whatever. Inside of my program, which is the top link in the description, I help guys to grow on YouTube. So you can go check that out if you want to invest into this journey. And one of the tips I want to give you today is we are educators. We are not entertainment YouTubers, creators. We are attracting students, not viewers, not retards. We're attracting students. This should be common sense, but sometimes you kind of forget it. The students who watch our kind of content, they don't want the retention shit. They don't want the algorithm appeasing content. The students who would watch this video, for example, you, watching this video, you wouldn't like this video if it was filled to the brim with fucking editing and then music and then layovers and B-roll and soundtrack and sound effects and cartoons and all this stuff. You would actually like this video less, even though, you know what's interesting? If I made a video like that on this channel and I checked the analytics, it would tell me that technically the analytics are actually better. The retention's higher, the click-through rate might be higher, the retention, the audience watch time, whatever, all those metrics would be higher. That should make it better for the algorithm. And yet you, the guy who's actually my student, who's potentially likely to join my program and buy from me, would actually start to dislike this video. It would start to be served to potentially more people, but not to more customer-like viewers, but to more kind of brain rot kind of people, and not the kind of people who would actually buy something. So it's so easy for you to get hooked onto this algorithm serving content with the editing and, you know what, Mr. Beast advice, it's editing and the click-through rate and all this. It's so easy for you to get hooked onto that. But that will bring in the kind of viewers who won't buy from you. We are not making our videos just to get some views and subscribers. We're making them to attract customers to us. And customers, the type of person who would buy something online, especially an educational program, they're higher level than the people who are just watching for who need some editing and some fucking sound effects and all this stuff. There's a time and place for that, sure, but not for this kind of content where we're just trying to sell something and, make money online. So all that to say, a lot of guys, when they're trying to grow on YouTube, they're just playing this weird game where they're trying to appeal to the sort of algorithm, and then they've heard that you should have high retention, so naturally you'll make shorter videos and you'll make them snappy and you'll use ChatGPT for some scripts and you'll send it to an editor or you'll edit it yourself and you'll tuck out the little pauses because the retention will go up when you do that. But all you're actually doing is pissing off the guys, the higher level people who can watch a long unedited video just like this. They're the ones who will actually potentially buy something. You'll piss off those people and then you'll just fucking attract the kind of people who wouldn't want to buy, or they're not very intelligent or sophisticated kind of people who need all these editing and fast-paced and ChatGPT style script. You might get more views, you might get a higher retention, but you won't get the thing that you truly desire, which is a successful business. This first occurred to me, you know what? When this podcaster, he went viral. His name's Dr. Andrew Huberman. You've probably seen some of his podcasts, super famous, 6 million followers on YouTube, millions on Instagram. His thumbnails are all basic as fuck. It's literally just a picture of his face and big words that say alcohol and sleep, dopamine. It's that. It's not an attractive kind of thumbnail with the, fucking Mr. Beast, this type of stupid fucking algorithm shit. The title isn't crazy. Top 9 tips to suck some fucking cock or some shit. It's not fucking clickbait or anything. It's mature titles, mature thumbnails, 6 million subscribers, world level impact, 10 out of 10 gold standard educator on social media. When you want it to be more of like an education-based content creator and you want to sell an education program like courses or coaching, you don't want to attract the kind of guys who want that sort of massive level of entertainment value of you pretending to be a fucking clown, whatever. By all means, by the way, if you want that, by the way, that's actually okay. Go ahead and just do that. But chances are, if you're watching this channel, what I've preached to my following is to become an educational content creator where you make videos basically where you teach people things, because then it's purposeful. You're actually helping the world get better. Like I'm helping you to, for example, grow a business. So like, even I'm making money from this, but it's also such a purposeful thing because you're like a young man and I'm helping you with your business. Your family's going to get like more money. You're going to be successful and I get to help you to do that. So it's a purposeful thing when you're an educator. You're not just entertaining people and wasting their time. You're educating them. And also I wouldn't say you make more money because entertainment people can make a lot of money as well. But it's just like you can make money doing anything. You may as well just fucking educate people. That's my sort of belief. So if we are educators and we're not going to align to the click-through rate and the retention and all those things that I really recommend you never look at. I promise, just never look at any of those analytics. Never look at them because they will just make you start to entertainment eyes, like sort of boost your sort of retention tactics and all these YouTube things and these Instagram things. And you'll just go to this, like you'll start losing the real reason why people would follow you. Like think about it. What is the thing you want to be known for? What is the thing you want to get viral for? What is the thing that people actually want from you? It's not actually the entertainment factor. It is not the editing. It is not like the thumbnail or anything. The people that we want to attract, let's say for my case, right? I'm an educational content creator. I sell a program that I make money from, so I want to get more sales in that. What is it that I want you to know me for? What is it that you want when you click on this video? You just want some good advice. It's as simple as that, right? Think about it. When you click on like an educational video like this, the viewer, the student, you just want some good advice. What if you maximized the level of the advice in the video instead of all these little tactics that are numbing your brain? Because to be honest, look, chances are you've watched some of these YouTube videos before, which is like how to grow on YouTube. Okay, you need to get a really good title. You need to get the thumbnail. You need to get the hook and all this stuff, right? You've heard this. And maybe you should edit and the retention needs to be at least 60% and the click-through rate needs to be 10%. You've watched all this. And if you're honest, just be honest here. It doesn't actually feel good when you think about that, right? When you like go onto the YouTube analytics, it doesn't actually feel good 99 times out of 100, apart from like the one time your video does well, right? It doesn't actually feel good, right? You actually feel kind of bad, like when you've heard like, oh yeah, you need to have a high retention, click-through rate and whatever. You feel kind of like weak. You're trying to like play this game that you don't actually want to play. Like if you were already a billionaire, you would not be thinking like, oh, I need to get high retention on my YouTube videos. You might still be recording some content. If you were a billionaire, you might still be just recording some videos, giving advice to people. But you imagine how lazy your video would be. You wouldn't even give a shit about the title, the retention, the editing, the thumbnail, whatever. That would be, that kind of video that you're imagining in your mind right now when I say, okay, imagine you're a billionaire. You wouldn't even bother with all this YouTube content creation, algorithm kind of bullshit, but you might record some advice because you just want to share it to the world. That's the kind of content that would be best for you in the first place. Think about that for a second. Imagine you were a billionaire and imagine you still felt like recording some content because it's kind of fun for you. You like teaching people and you want to spread some message that, is going to help the world, right? Imagine how different your video would be. If you were already a billionaire, you probably wouldn't try and maximize the sort of algorithm shit. If your team said to you like, oh, go on, just like take a picture, you'd think it'd be gay as fuck. I don't want to do that. If your team say, no, you've got to do this video. We really think it'll blow up. You're like, but I don't really give a shit about blowing up. I've got like a little small but loyal audience base who like my lessons. And I just press record maybe on my phone or my cameraman. And it's just easy. I'm telling you, that's the kind of video that you should be posting right now. So ask that as like a question. If I was a billionaire, would I be obsessed with retention, editing? No. And it's following that right now before you become a billionaire that I think will actually help you to make better videos. You know why? Because then the priority of your video will be the advice. It won't be like this desperate pursuit to try and get 50% retention and 8% click-through rate and doing the thumbnail split test and all this stuff. That's all for entertainment channels. They're the ones who need to do that because they just want empty views. For them, views and subscribers and followers and retention and click-through rates, that's like their king, that's their god. For us, our North Star is just giving out good advice. And then the problem is, that gets bastardized when we think about those retention and algorithm things. So do you see the big lesson here? Our only focus, our top priority should be just giving the best advice that we can. But when you care about this like algorithm type of stuff, I promise the advice changes. You probably have felt the same thing as me. There's a few people you might watch on YouTube or who you might not watch, but there's some high level people you kind of like look up to. But their videos are always kind of shit because they're playing the algorithm game, right? There's a few people, I won't say their names, but there's a few people I kind of look up to. And I fucking hate the fact that they're like always playing this fucking algorithm game, trying to maximize views, when if that guy just fucking got his phone out, recorded, press record, but almost no script, maybe a bit of preparation, but almost no script, no editing, no team coming up to him saying, try this video because it'll go viral. His advice would be so much better for me. I'd actually go and buy his fucking program. But all the people that I actually want to learn from, they try so hard to go viral that they end up making videos that aren't as helpful to me, the guy who's got fucking money to buy their programs, so I don't buy their fucking programs. And instead they get fucking retards watching their videos because they now get 1 million views, but those retards can't afford to buy their program. Like, can you think of anyone in your mind who's like this, who there's someone you look up to, someone who's successful or jacked or whatever, and you know for a fact they've got some good wisdom inside of them, but they almost never record the kind of raw, unedited, long kind of video that actually gives you good advice, because you can tell their fucking annoying ass PR kind of like media team keep telling them to record like, you know, like the basic level videos, and it's tons of editing and it's fast paced because they're trying to drive up the fucking retention and whatever. And it's fucking annoying because they'll probably get more views if they do that, but they're not getting views from the type of people who actually would want to fucking like buy from them. Do you see how annoying it would be, right? And now people might be thinking this about you. So look, this doesn't mean, by the way, that you can't have any editing in your video. This doesn't mean that you can't have some music or whatever. But it's just, where is that coming from? What I would say to you is your only priority, your big priority should be give the best advice you can, and be so aware if, for example, some of the pursuit you have in like, you know, getting a video that does well, for example, okay, you're going to hire this editor, or you're going to like, you know, script the video, whatever. Ask yourself, is this worsening my advice? Is my video getting like shorter now? Is my video getting, you know, a bit faster paced or whatever? Because if the answer is yes, and let's say you're thinking, yeah, it might be, but you know what? It's a trade-off because now I'll get more views. I'm telling you, don't go down that road, because one, you should know this, views does not actually correlate with how much money you make. And I know views sounds good, followers sounds good because it's a bit of clout and stuff. But that's what I'd say is, if you really want some clout, wait till you're like rich first, right? If you want some clout just for the sake of having clout because it's kind of attractive, I get it. Go and get like at least 5 or 10 Bitcoin first. Go and get like 500K, 1 million, 2 million in the bank account first. Then go play your cute little clout game. Once you've got some fucking like assets, like some fortune for you and your family, then go and play the clout game. But till then, bro, just money max, right? Just focus on just getting like assets. Focus on just making money. And I'm telling you, you getting views does not equal to you getting money. There's tons of fucking nerds who get 1 million views on some like gaming video and they're all poor little kids anyway. It doesn't fucking correlate as much as you think. I know you think like, okay, sure, there is examples, but if I got more views, I'd get more money, but not necessarily. There's so many guys who start focusing on the views, and you know, the act of that is through like, okay, trying to increase the retention, click-through rate, whatever, the thumbnails and the hook, and it's all so polished and whatever. And they end up having shit advice in the video, and when you've got shit advice in the video, no one buys from you. So just be careful for that. If you have only one priority, I would rather it be the level of your advice in the video, your conviction in the advice, your heart in the video and how you speak. I would rather that be the priority, rather than you thinking about like, oh, which title is going to pop off the most? Which one's going to get me the most views? What gets you the most views, I promise you, please listen to this, it's not always the one that gets you the money. In fact, a lot of the times, the one that gets you the most views actually makes you less money. So instead of being a slave to the algorithm, constantly thinking like you're not good enough and thinking, oh man, the retention's low, oh, the views are low, because bro, that feels like shit, right? This is my biggest point here. It feels like shit when you are a content creator and you're looking at all this data. It feels like shit saying like, oh man, like this video didn't perform. I'd rather you actually just make videos which has the best advice possible, and just feel in your heart if this video was like helpful to like younger you. What you might find, and I've seen this so many times, I swear to God, bro, I've uploaded a video that got 10 out of 10 on the YouTube analytics. Basically, it's like that means it's like the worst video I've posted in like 10 videos in a row, right? Usually when you see that, you feel like shit and it feels horrible and you're like, oh man, I'm going to try not to post a video like this. One time I did that and it was a mental health video and I clicked on the comments and the comments were so positive. People were literally like not glazing, but you get my point, like glazing me in the way of like, they were like, Hamza, this is one of your best videos. I really needed this. Thank you so much. If I didn't click on those comments and read that, I would have thought, oh man, yeah, I'm not going to make mental health videos anymore because, you know, it doesn't get views. It might have saved a kid from killing himself. Minimum, it would have helped hundreds of guys who feel depressed and anxious. For the rest of their lives, they're going to remember me as the guy who got them to, for example, meditate and level up and get into self-improvements. The video didn't perform, but the message did. Be careful not to become such a slave to the algorithm that you don't get this like heartfelt warmth that I got that day. Because I'm telling you, the best part of this work, yeah, it's money, it's clout and stuff, but the best part of this work is making the kind of content that you know is actually like really helping your tribe. And I promise you, when you start playing the algorithm game, you don't get that same feeling. You actually get this kind of like snaky kind, you know, like a snake feeling where you're like, oh, like my tribe aren't going to love this kind of content, but it's going to be better for me. And what you don't realize when you try and like algorithm max, when you have this feeling of like, oh, like my viewers will probably get pissed off because this one's got way more editing, but I'm sure I'll get more views, is one, your viewers do get pissed off, but two, you often don't get more views anyway. Because now your own audience is starting to like dislike your content. I've done this myself, I've made this mistake, and if I could go back in time right now, I wouldn't say to my younger self like, oh, don't have any editing or anything, because do you see how that's not the message here? The message is, what is the underlying belief and philosophy and priority of your content? It should be the heartfelt advice first and foremost, and then the editing, the thumbnail, whatever should add to that. And generally, the editing thumbnail would probably be pretty basic and sort of like, you know, this low, this sort of like authentic kind of vibe, not like really low effort, but kind of like, okay, there's no distractions. We're not trying to get views. Hopefully we do, but we're maximizing the advice and the sort of heart rather than the algorithm and the retention and all those things. When you do that, you feel like shit. You're not guaranteed to go viral anyway. And if you do go viral, often you won't even make that much money from it because you've attracted retards. When you maximize the advice, you feel awesome. You get decent views, which you're happy with. And if you do go viral, you feel even happier because you went viral, spreading a message that's good for you. And these people, since they like you so much, since your advice is so good, they're more likely to buy from you anyway. It's a win-win. So look, I don't blame you if you get into the rut of thinking of like maximizing the algorithm things, because I've been there, and it'll happen to me again probably in like 2 months time. You just kind of like, you know, you kind of look at the internet too much. You see some videos aren't performing, and then you see one which is performing and it was more edited or it was a bit more clickbait or whatever, and you start thinking like, oh yeah, well that video's getting views, I should do more like that. But just try to remind yourself as much as possible, it's not the views that you've ever wanted. It was genuine impact. And we could go get 1 million views by posting like Andrew Tate shorts or Family Guy compilations or some shit. That's just a silly example to tell you, like, views and subscribers, they're just like arbitrary numbers. The real thing that's never arbitrary is, are you getting fucking money in the bank, right? That's real. And I'm telling you, you'll make more money if you go more of this like advice maxing kind of channel and you know, philosophy rather than algorithm. So the lesson here, I don't want you to be a slave to the algorithm. I don't want you to even ever check the YouTube analytics anymore. I swear to God, that's like crack. It's like an addiction for a bunch of YouTubers, and the same on Instagram. And I promise you, there's nothing on the YouTube analytics that's worth looking at. I promise. Not even the views, the click-through rate, the subscribers, the watch time. I promise. If there was, I would tell you, right? But I'm telling you, I've been in this journey for like 5 years, and I only see downsides to looking at the YouTube analytics. There's no pro side. The only data you should look at is like when you're getting sales, that's it. Other than that, just live from your heart and make the best advice you can, the best like heartfelt, genuine kind of video you can, where you genuinely feel like you're speaking to your viewer. And don't worry about the views, don't worry about the retention, any of that. Inside of the video, you should still try to level up, for example, your persuasion skills. Maybe you want to read a book on storytelling so you can improve the way that you spread your message. That's still a good thing. Just see how that's like this weird, like really warm, like human skill of storytelling that we're focused on to improve our advice, compared to like obsessing over the retention of the first 30 seconds, which is a very like data kind of nerdy, like heartless kind of sort of pursuit. You see the difference here? I'm not telling you to make low effort videos that are just shit and now you're not getting any views at all and your videos are shit and no one wants to watch them and you wouldn't watch them. I still want you to make videos that are, you know, like somewhat concise and helpful and there's a strong message and you're like a good person to listen to. So we still want you to level up in some ways. I just don't want you to be obsessed over the more shallow vanity metric kind of things, like the retention and the views, which doesn't actually get you what you want. Just think of that example of that podcaster I mentioned. He's got 6 million subscribers. It's just a plain podcast, no editing whatsoever. He's just known for amazing advice. Like maybe go look at his channel, Huberman, right? Huberman, Dr. Andrew Huberman. And the thumbnails are basic, the video's basic. He's just known for good advice and he's went super fucking viral and he must feel so fucking fulfilled and he can make a lot of fucking money from that. That's where I want you to like push towards. We are just maximizing the advice we give. We don't give a fuck about the algorithm stuff. We don't look at the retention, click-through rate, anything. We just produce a fuck ton of content which has got really good advice and we try and improve our more human skills like storytelling, persuasion, sales, marketing. We try and improve our speaking skills, our ability to persuade and to win arguments and whatever, our leadership skills. And that's all like this. We just make this content that comes from the heart rather than from like this fucking data computer chip kind of fucking bullshit. This is what the students of the internet, they want. And it's those people who will buy your programs. If you're a student of the internet, which you are if you've watched this far, I promise you the top link in the description, my program, ECC, it would be perfect for you. Inside of that program, you literally get like everything you need to become like a serious full-time content creator, YouTuber, especially if you want to do it in like an educational way, like you want to teach people things rather than just making like mindless content. And I am the teacher in there. So if you join, if you put your trust in me and you literally buy my program and you're giving me money, your hard-earned money, my promise to you is I will personally help you. I will personally look at your YouTube videos and tell you what to improve. There's no other program that I'm aware of on the internet where the guy who's got millions of subscribers actually reviews your content for this low of a price. Like I could be charging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5K a month for this. But because it's like a bigger group, it can be way cheaper for each person, and it's quite efficient for me to like run through a bunch of reviews and everything. So it's such a powerful place. We get guys come in there just starting off as YouTubers. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months later, they're getting a sale almost every single day, 3K, 4K a month. I'll never lie to you and say that we're making millionaires, but we're getting a bunch of guys who are making 2, 3, 4K a month, which is fucking sick, because that's the amount that changes your life. So if you want to invest into this journey and put your trust in me, then top link in the description, and I will try my absolute best to make it absolutely worthwhile for you. Goodbye.